Hello and welcome back for another exciting match in the Oriel Skills Tournament. My screen name is Undercover Crumpet, and I am joined today by none other than Elo Joni. How you doing, man?
Yo, Crumpet, I am doing pretty well. I'm excited for another race of Ori. It's always nice to see Hydra, and it's going to be interesting to see Snoopy, to see what he can kind of bring to the table. He's had two good races. He's had one loss, unfortunately. If he takes one more, he'll actually tie him in first place with Slowsters at the moment. So it's quite important for Hydra to win this one.
Yeah, having a best race time from Snoop coming within 30 seconds of his PB is pretty impressive. And Hydra, his best race time is quite far away from his PB. It's a couple of minutes. So Hydra today is going to be focusing on really pushing it to the limit and trying to lower that to help with seeding in the next bracket phase. But he still has two more matches, so he's going to have two more chances, but he's really hoping to close it out today. So I'm very excited to see this performance from both of our runners. So yeah, as we see here, the 28.51 PB from Hydra and the 35.37 PB from Snoop.
Yeah, that 25.51 is ridiculous. He got it like yesterday, and that is the third fastest time in the world right now, so that's nothing to shake your head at. We're looking to get like a 29 from this guy. Hopefully this race, or in some of his following races, it'll set him up very nicely. So we see he is... Oh, go ahead, Muffin. Go ahead.
Sure, yeah, and as we see from both of our runners, from being very experienced and seasoned, they're going to be going for all the tricks, only grabbing some 2 extra health cells because they're going to be skipping clean water. And then we have some miscellaneous facts here. Hydra got bopped in all dungeons by Rory Rai, and he breaks everything tech-related that he touches. So Hydra's probably going to try and touch Snoop's computer probably during this run in order to guarantee. But Snoop has tasked Mario Kart Wii, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of insane. But on the opposite side of that, although he does tasks, so he's really good with frame tricks, perfect inputs, he does actually hold the world record at the moment in this tournament for the amount of door warp attempts. It is at 21. And I don't think anyone's came close to that, so that's a pretty impressive feat by Snoop there.
Yeah, it's always really fun to see just like what people are able to bring to the table with speedrunning, because Tassers will have a different sort of perspective on a game that they're going to be going for. And so being able to sneak in these tiny little optimizations here and there from just having that wealth of knowledge is really fascinating. So maybe this mindset from Snoop is going to come into play here, but it looks like both of our runners are ready and the race is getting underway. Let's go, Elo.
Come on, this is going to be an exciting race. I was speaking to Tass a little bit earlier. I asked him how he's feeling about the race and what he kind of expects from it. And he said he's actually really nervous, surprisingly to himself, and all he wants to do is kind of improve his overall race time, see if he can get that a bit lower, and hopefully even get a PB.
Yeah, you know, he's like right at that range where it's very easy in Ori to take like 30 to 60 seconds of deaths just going throughout the entire run. So Snoop, we could see a really slick PB coming from him today. And right now, we're just going to see our runners going through Hydra having a little bit, like a tiny bit of a cleaner. But in Glades, the race is still going to stay relatively close just because there's not too much going on. But just from some optimal experience here, routing here, maybe some lucky pickups, our runners are going to be able to change the lead by maybe a second or 2 or 3.
Yeah, there's not very many chances to optimize this. There's only very, very tiny time saves here, so as long as we don't see any damage or deaths or unfortunate mishaps, we'll be seeing them pretty close. And I believe they're both getting the first HP cell. Oh yes. Dear. Oh, don't pick up that energy, Hydra! And he dodges it. That was a really nice save, but a very unlike Hydra mistake right there.
Yeah, both of our runners having tiny little slip-ups and just missing killing the Frankie. That's just a little bit of time, but no race differentials so far. Hydra not getting a very close to a frame-perfect jump. Is just going to be set back by a little bit and takes a little bit of extra damage, so Hydra's going to have to be a little bit careful. The energy drop from there means that Hydra's... Oh, what health! Come on, takes a huge death that would have sent him all the way back to that location after he killed the Frankies. And so Hydra is really pushing the envelope here. And luckily he got a health drop there from the spores, and so he's able to get past that slime. But oh my goodness, yeah, Hydra on 2 health right now, so he's good for the ghost door.
Yeah, he is living on the edge. He got hit like 49 times or something. It was insane how he kept alive through all of that.
Like, I know Glades is reset heavy in general, LO, as I'm sure you know from being so close to Reki. But, like, Hydra's just pushing the envelope, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's showing that he wants that quick time. He's not slowing down even if he has 1 health, and it's paying off, kind of. Let's hope we see some more death-defying action. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's a good phrase, death-defying. Oh my goodness. Yeah, with that being said, both our runners are actually also watching the restream. Hydra mentioned right before the race that he just has it up just in case he takes a huge death, so he can just see sort of the state of the race and decide whether or not he might pick up an extra ability cell, so he doesn't have to do crazy juggle or etc. etc. But so a lot of late game strats could be decided based on what happens in this early game. Very, very interesting. And Hydra taking a little bit of a damage boost there. He might just go for this level up here. He has taken a death here. No, he still goes for it. That's amazing, because like in past races, we've seen Hydra take an unfortunate death by jumping on the same frame that he lands. So the 1/60th of a second that he has control of Ori on that ground, if you jump out of it, you don't actually descend through the mushroom, that like great platform thingy. Instead, you just jump up and die instantaneously in the slime. But Hydra really showing that he is this confident with these really optimal strats in the early game. Nicely done from Hydra, and not choking up on these either.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see. That trick is hard as it is, and with the sloppy movement that he did down there, the slime's getting lower and lower on that platform, so it makes the space that you're allowed to be in even tighter. So the fact that you even tried that after that mistake was insane.
Yeah, and it's all for grabbing this experience here. If you level up on the way out, this gets you a good chunk of EXP, and so this is going to come into play because he's going to be probably going for something known as Slime Genocide in Blackroot Burrows that we'll hint on once we get there. But it's a very difficult and really, really tight EXP route in order to be able to save a few seconds getting through this section. But it looks like Snoop got a little bit held up from the Trojan log. It was just swinging around, and so this is going to give Hydra a little bit of breathing room as he's progressing towards Blackroot Burrows.
Yeah, we were so close, it was basically framed high, and then unfortunately did take that first miss on the Trojan log, so Trojan takes yet another soul. He's taken many this tournament, but on the left-hand side, we're just seeing Hydra take some more damage to these slimes. These slimes are just beating on Hydra at the moment, but he does make it to the teleporter, and he's just going to do his essay, go straight into Blackroot Burrows, and hopefully take no more damage.
Yeah, we're going to see what Hydra does here, and Snoop, in terms of what they're going to be pulling for safety. Like, are they going to be pulling some extra safety saves here and there? But I'm guessing Hydra is going to go full throttle and try and make really fast cycles all over the place.
Yeah, I think we'll see one just as he ggets to the bottom of BRB, because it's just a free level up at the moment. Oh, no, wait, I don't actually know if that's true, because he's doing Genocide.
Right.
And I don't do Genocide, so I know very little about it. Apart from it's
yeah. Yeah, so when you level up is dependent on what route you're going to get. We're going to see Snoop do a tricky sequence of wall jumps here to grab that 100 EXP orb that he just passed on his way back after dropping this orb. And so if he nails these jumps, he can just lay down a safety save a little bit earlier than that if he wanted to, but Snoop just not going for it, and so here he jumps. Let's see if he gets up there. Yeah, he gets up there pretty quickly and gets a fast orb drop for his trouble, so that's really nice, and no safety save from Snoop. Very interesting.
Yeah, and Hydra, he got that perfect with the manipulation of the cycle. If he made even the slightest error there, the Genocide route is very, very punishing on these cycles, so it's very, very good for him that he got that cycle, and super impressive.
Yeah, for sure. That is like not as easy nor as forgiving as that looks. And Snoopy was able to get through the lasers, and now he's going on to this platform cycle. A little bit slower of a cycle from what was compared to Hydra, so he is having to wait those extra couple of seconds, LO, in order to be able to make it through that section. And Hydra, nice manipulation too in this last platform room. He was able to get up there as the platform was rising up, saves a little bit of time here and there, but makes all this movement a lot less forgiving and a lot more precision requirement for that. Hydra's on a pretty good pace so far.
Yeah, so there is a new strat that just came out very recently that involves this cutscene that we're seeing Hydra do. I don't know if he is doing it this run, but with the Genocide it makes it a little bit more difficult, and if he does a very quick level up here, that means he will be doing the new one. And it looks like he's going for the old one. I was talking to Snoopy, and we're going to see him do the very newest strat. So we're going to see a little bit of a difference from what's going to happen on both of these cutscenes.
Yeah, for sure. And so Hydra now is going to be the first to reach dash tree, and it looks like at the Blackroot entrance there was a 13-second delta. That's not too much. It's very easy to lose that time. So Snoop isn't out of this yet, but Hydra with a significantly better PB, we sort of expect him to pull away in the mid game, especially, and then we'll see how the late game goes in terms of really difficult tricks. But Hydra heading up to Frankie Walk now.
Yeah, Frankie Walk has been the downfall of many runners, and some make it more difficult with Magnet. But Hydra has taken Magnet, and he's quite well, he's a very experienced runner, so... Ooh, what happened, Muffet? What happened?
Yeah, so Snoop is actually doing some blind movement to get back through Blackroot Burrows. This is actually a new thing that was found recently by Jite, I believe, and he stacked 2 cutscenes by skipping the darkness cutscene a little bit earlier. So yeah, nice instant replay there to show that blind at the start.
Yeah, it's amazing how we're still finding little time saves here and there. This game has been out for a while, and there's people in this community that just don't think it's enough. They keep on hunting for new stuff, and we're finding new stuff every day.
Wow, Hydra making quick work of Death Gauntlet 2, nailing something we call a Death Glide, which is riding the Crusher up and then dashing at a really precise moment. Getting through there fast is going to be really important. So upcoming here is going to be a really important section for Hydra. There's going to be a Crusher cycle here, and if he misses this precise movement, that's going to cost him 8 seconds, and I'm pretty sure he got that in his PB, so this is huge. And he gets in there, nice.
Nice. And we see Snoopy just doing the same as Hydra did. He's not having any troubles. He did his Frankie Walk beautifully. He's making his way through the Death Gauntlet. Gets the save. Hopefully he puts the save down, and he hasn't. Ooh, he's playing it a bit risky dashing over that there, but he places the save, and he will also possibly be going for the Grotto cycle.
Yeah, so let's see if Snoopy can match this movement that Hydra nailed out of the park. Oh, yeah, those wall jumps are so tight, Ella.
That was interesting. He actually got a really slow load on that, so the cycle was lower than it is normally, making it a little bit easier, but unfortunately he did just flub a little bit of the mistakes.
Yeah, Hydra nailing most of the blind movement, just had a slight slip up, so he had to do an extra double jump up the wall, but wow, just showcasing off some advanced movement with these like backflippy things we call ninja jumps, which gets you closer to the wall as you're going up them, and so in certain locations the saves literally just up like frames, and nice! Hydra throwing in a ninja jump too for the Grotto skip. What flavor! Oh man, that is incredible, dude. Hydra is on a pace.
Yeah, he's just showing us how well he can move through these sections. These I keep on calling it Ginzo, Jesus. These grotto walls are the worst in the game. They are slippery and just horrible to jump off, and he is just showing how good it can look. It is one of my favorite movement bits of the game.
Yeah, and also Hydra golded on that double jump split apparently, and so that's pretty insane for him. He is on a really good pace, getting that optimal Frankie Walk, getting that really good Crusher cycle, and just having really clean movement through and through. Hydra is only a few seconds behind his PB also at double jump, and so that is so good for an early game. Hydra must be really excited with this pace.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to him today after he got his PB, and he said he wasn't too happy with the run. There was a lot of mistakes, so being that close to his PB right now, he has a bunch of time to save on this. So we may see something absolutely amazing this run. Hopefully we do.
Yeah, and looking over to the right, Snoop just nailing all of this really difficult movement, especially for a runner at his sort of time zone. It's very easy to make a tiny little slip up and lose 3 to 4 to 5 seconds, having to do some movement over again. But Snoop just nailing it out of the park and being 10 seconds ahead of his PB as well on his current pace.
Can I just point out on the left-hand screen, Hydra is going for some very specific movement here. He unfortunately takes 2 damage from that spike. There's a cycle quicker than the one that he just got, but because of that damage, he was set back a little bit, and it is so precise that that just annihilates the entire God cycle, so he was not able to get it. But he took 3 damage, so he's very low entering the Ginzo tree, so it'll be interesting to see if he takes any more safety strats in here, or still goes to try and get that PB and just goes flat out.
Yeah, there is one really easy safety save spot, and so also each time Hydra saves, he actually heals 1 health. So Hydra may just lay down an extra safety save, not for a safe location, but just sort of to give him peace of mind being at 3 health.
Yeah, and I believe he does do the telehop, so in this room you'll see him jumping through these teleporters. It refreshes your double jump, so you are allowed to jump back and forth, and he pulls it off with perfection in mind. And he also takes the lower route, which I don't think any other runner does. At least I haven't saw it in the tournament. It is apparently slightly faster if you get it perfect, so he is trying everything to get this PB at the moment.
Yeah. And so Snoop taking a little bit of extra damage as well. He's going to be a little bit low heading into Ginzo Tree, but he is definitely going to have enough health to be able to get through this section. But Hydra getting through the first really scary parts with really, really clean movement. He's going to be upcoming to a mini-boss here. We're going to see if Hydra can go for this insane strat with casing without quick flame in order to get a force cycle. This is going to be really crazy if he gets it.
Yeah, on the right, unfortunately, Snoopy did miss the cutscene skip that we do there. So he lost a bit of time. However, it looks like he's not doing well because Hydra's doing so good, but Snoopy is actually on an incredible pace for himself. Did he get the 4 cycle?
Hydra gets the 4 cycle, and that is so insane. Even with scroll wheel making it a little bit easier to match task pacing on those shots, Hydra just getting the 4 cycle. This is exactly what he wants. And yeah, look at this, right? You're gonna see the mouse circles in the instant replay. He knows he did that, and he did so well with that. Going into Bash Tree at this pace is absolutely going to amp him up. I can't wait to see how he does the rest of the run. Unreal, man.
To get that in a race is just so good. You have to hit every shot at perfection. But yes, as I was saying before, the amazing thing, Snoopy was actually on PPS when entering the Ginzo 3, but with that slight hiccup there, he may have fallen slightly behind, but he's still having an amazing run. He's taking a bit more damage, so hopefully he just gets a save down here. Doesn't feel like he needs it, so...
Yeah, Hydra also taking 2 damage here, so he's not going to be able to do a strat that's going to save him 2 seconds. Yeah, he's not going to go for the flower. He's just going to... Oh, he's going for it with the double dash. Is he going to get it? Oh my god, he gets up there. Oh my god.
If he dropped that double bash, he would have just face planted those spikes and lost so much time.
Yeah, that would have sent him all the way back to Bash Tree, and that's not a time loss Hydra wants on this pace. But wow, nails a fast key dupe as Snoop is in the mini boss. We're gonna see if he's gonna be able to close out a 5 cycle here, which is really, really good as well.
Hydra is also ahead of his PB at Bash, so it's just so interesting. He's 3 seconds ahead at Bash. He golded Bash bit. That's two golds that he's got in this room.
Oh, he has to redo a little bit of double jump movement. It's a little faster if you go into the elemental and then just bash off and double jump out of it, but it's a really tricky maneuver, so he just reset himself to get footing in order to get through. He's at 2 health. He's going to drop a save here. No, he's not. Oh, no. Okay, so he's going to be on 2 health now, going for this early C-dash movement, which is going to require him to grab some extra experience here. We're going to see if he gets it.
Yeah, I think he might throw a save just before he goes there.
Oh, he's not going for it. Alright. Yeah,
he has abandoned the 20 seconds route for this run.
Yeah, so he's also probably not going to end up going for early charge dash, which is just getting charge dash a little bit earlier than you normally would with the old routing. It doesn't really save too much time, and it makes some of the movement a little bit more difficult. And oh, Hydra taking a little bit of damage here in the blind movement. We're going to see how he is coming out. Yeah, gets a little stuck on that rock, but that's okay. He's going to still be bashing over this rock. This is huge for Hydra. He's going to be able to nail these double bashes. Hydra on 1 health right now. He cannot get hit by this frog shot, but he's going to be chasing the shot, going for the double bash. A little bit low, but still gets it. Wow.
What is this? I didn't think he was going to get that ability cell, but it was actually the bash that took him into it. But on the right-hand side, Snoopy has been doing amazingly. Unfortunately, he just forgets to put the keys in the dogs. He was a little bit to the left, but he was on 2 seconds ahead of PB pace at Bash. So he is having a really good run at the moment. This sets him back a little bit, but let's see if he can get it on his second attempt.
Yeah, you know, that is so brutal. You literally have to be so close, like within a very narrow range with the door to keep those keystones in it. That can be very brutal and unforgiving, but nice recovery from Snoop, nailing the key dupe there. And, oh, you saw only, oh no, oh, maybe he only duped with 2 keystones, so he might be short a keystone, LO, going to Sorrow.
I think he got it still. He seems to be happy with it. I don't know if we got a replay.
Yeah, okay, so we're getting word also from the stats guys that Hydra is 6 seconds behind his PB at Stomp Tree. This just was because of the slight hiccup with the blind movement leading up to the Swamp entry and then having to throw in an extra couple of bashes there onto the frog shot. But Hydra making quick work of grabbing this ability cell, and he's going to be charging on. Let's see if he's going to be able to get this cutscene skip up here. If you see absolutely nothing, then it works. Setting up the precise bash location. And he gets through. Nicely done.
That was stylish. He turned around and did a backflip for that. That was really cool. He actually noticed he was a little bit too far to the left. It is not precise, so he just quickly shifted his movement and he nailed it there. Now we're going to see on the right-hand side, Task Snoopy is going to have his attempt at the blind movement and then the early swamp entry. So if you see any red flashes on the screen at this moment, it means bad things are happening. But he's made it through and he just has to move this frog in the right way. He plays a safety save just in case he kills the frog, and that'll save a little bit of time. But he does it absolutely perfectly, and he's actually going for the double bashless setup. So a little different from what we saw from Hydra. He just has to get this bash and then make the frog shoot where he was, and he nails it. Perfect first try.
Nicely done from Snoop. That final back sequence is actually really, really tight, and so if he was not up like with his head against the ceiling of that breakable floor, right? Then what would end up happening is the frog shot is not high enough. But just nailing that with a, like, just making that look so easy. Nicely done for Snoop. This is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's something I screw up a hell of a lot. I really hate the early swamp entry. So many times I've lost runs to it, and to see it done that easily, it's just so good. Well, on the left-hand side,
getting word now that Hydra closed 3 seconds there, so he's currently 3 seconds behind his PB at start flame tree. We're going to see how his late game movement is going to do. This is really insane, guys, because his PB is a sub 29.
Oh no!
Oh no,
This
slight hiccup
loses
from
a lot of
Hydra,
time.
so now he's going to have to double jump. This is going to be an unfortunate time loss for him. But with 10 minutes left in the run for Hydra, he just nails everything super cleanly. It's just absolutely insane to see. So Chaston going to be making quick work. We're going to see on the right, he's going to be able to get this ability cell as Hydra on the left is going for fast accomplice. This is a really important trick. He needs to get this in order to stay on pace. Shot looks good. Gets the ability cell in.
That's really
Let's go,
nice
Hydra.
to see.
Come on, man.
It will be interesting to see if he goes for a crazy juggle. I think he will be because of the XP that he's been taking. So if he does that, I don't know if he did it in his PB run, so it may actually save him 8 seconds or so if he gets it perfectly. Unfortunately, we see Taz Snoopy on the right-hand side, just missing that Kuro cutscene skip, but he seems to be confident with it, so he's going to take a second go. If he gets this, he still saves 4 seconds on what he would if he watched the cutscene, and he gets it.
Wow. Yeah, and as you mentioned, Ella, he's feeling a little bit of nerves, like before the race started, so saying, no, I can do this, and just being able to nail that really precise trick that he tried. Hydra on the left, going for a starter match, it's super clean. Hydra just showing the middle of the speed that he is. That was really incredible. Now he's going to be going in. Very, very important trick coming up on the left, known as Crazy Juggle. This is a mixture of pretty much like 2-frame inputs over and over again in order to get this frog up here. If he deals any damage with a charge dash on the frog, this fails instantly and he's going to lose a lot of time for this. So getting up so far, he's almost there. Just a few more Hydra, and he's up there with Crazy Juggle.
All of those inputs, you only have 3 frames to pull them off. Oh my goodness! Oh, that rocket jump just straight to the side. If he remained at that side, he would have 8 spikes and had to do the entirety of Sorrow again. So, good call on moving there. That was amazing.
Yeah, that vertical shaft in the cheese puff pocket dimension can be so scary with that rocket jump, as you see in the bottom left in that instant replay. Oh my goodness, Hydra, there is a thing as eating too many cheese puffs. And these cheese puffs are that intense, guys.
Yeah, he just took a sample, he just reached off and grabbed one so he could have a little taste, not a full snack, so he stays alive. Unfortunately, he's surrounded by the cheese puffs now.
Okay. Alright, Hydra's EXP looks good. He didn't collect all the EXP from the Petrified Plant, but everything looks good on his end. He does have over the half the wheel, so that means he is going to level up at the Misty mini-boss to get the final ability cell for another cutscene skip that we do near the end of the run. Hydra, all he has to do now, Elo, is get out of Sorrow. If he can do this cleanly, he is going to be on a really good momentum going into Missy, because at Feather, he was 1.8 seconds behind his PB, and he nailed a crazy juggle out of the park.
He lost apparently 5.5 seconds and is now 7 behind though after that, so I don't know where he lost that time. It seemed amazing.
Yeah, and like not feathering there to do some risky stuff in order to get down faster. And Snoop takes a little bit of damage, but the shot lined up was pretty good. Hopefully the spider shoots fast enough.
Was
oh, this is going to be so close now on the right.
No!
Did
he take a safety save?
Yeah, luckily he set up a safety save right at the spider shot, and so he's going to be able to go for this trick again. Nice race decision making from Snoop. Doesn't take damage this time, and with that reload, the spider is going to be on a faster cycle at the end to give that spider shot, and he gets it. Nice, fast off for a second try. Hydra, 1 health, going through Misty, and he's on 1 energy, and I doubt he's going to be safety saving. He wants this time.
There is actually 1 energy that he could pick up here if he desperately wanted to safety save, but we are not seeing anything like that from Hydra. He is wanting this PB so hard. He's even throwing a charge dashes around the spikes, manages somehow to make it through alive, and wow, what we're seeing from Hydra is absolutely amazing.
Alright guys, we have so much action on the screen right now. On the left, Hydra is so close to his PB, going through one of the most technical and difficult and unforgiving movement sections in the entire run in the late game. So keep your eyes peeled there, but also Snoop on the right is going to be doing his attempts at Sorrow.
Yeah, Snoop actually took some damage as well. He'll get a little bit back from the save, but if he hangs around these birds just a little bit too long, they could just poke him right in the coconut and he'll just die. He'll have to do the entirety of Sorrow back again. But he gets through first time. Beautiful.
Wow, unbelievable. And Hydra moving through really quickly through the second half of Missy. I think he might have taken a ton of damage there, but we're going to see what he does. It's going to make the meatball shaft look really scary. Yeah, he's at 1 health. We're getting word from the stats guys. Sets up the safety save. What a decision from Hydra. I like this so much because being too low on health going for this rocket jump, if he had died, he would be sent back all the way to Climb Tree. But nicely done. And Snoop also laying down a really nice safety save. So dying in the Cheese Puff rocket dimension. Another unfortunate death from Snoop over that safety save. Hydra getting the fast mini boss kill. Now he's going to close it out. Unreal.
Yes. But like, for a runner like Hydra at the moment, all of the hard tricks are basically done at the moment, so we have a little bit of a calmer period at the moment. Nothing is going to kill you unless you do something really, really wrong. So it'll be interesting to see if his nerves will come into play, and we'll hopefully not see anything like that, and we'll have just a clean rest of the run.
Yeah, and these certain C-dash stomp cancels Hydra is doing, if you miss the cancel out on the charge dash too late, like there he did 2 really long ones, and he would have lost energy from doing that, but Hydra's setting up a save anywhere right now to do some semi-line movement as he's going to be heading towards his lasers.
Jesus, this is just insane from Hydra. This save anywhere saves about 0.5 seconds at most. And he is on PB pace, so the nerves apparently are not getting to him, and he is still trying absolutely everything to save time and get this good PB or good race time at least.
Yeah,
he wants it back.
This is unbelievable, Ella. We haven't seen that many sub-30s in the tournament so far in this group stage, and Hydra is pushing a sub-29. He's currently 10 seconds behind his PB, but we'll get an update on that as he hits his Slight Grenade tree, and his PB is sub-29, so if he closes even a little bit of distance, it's just going to be insane, but it's all going to come down to duel work. All going to come down to the finals game, and he's still 10 seconds behind. Unreal, dude.
That's still like a 29:01. The caliber of runners in this tournament is just mind-blowing to see them at the top of their game in races. On the right-hand side, we saw Snoopy manage to get his way through the Sorrow Pass very easily. He's just going to be going down these little passageways, avoiding the spikes, and then he'll be heading over to Misty to see if he can get climb and try and finish up this.
Wow, here we go. We've been talking a lot about Hydra, but Snoop gets out of Sorrow. This is such a huge hurdle for any runner. Like, in this tournament, just to be able to get out of Sorrow that cleanly. Setting up the safety save, grabbing some extra energy so that he says, okay, I got out of Sorrow, I'm not going back there, man. And Hydra with some flavorful grenade jumps. Those are 1-frame tricks, and he's been doing them all over the place. Insane. Oh man, please go for the one in Horu Fields. I really want to see this one.
He's not gonna do it. No way. Hydra is on way too good of a pace to be throwing it to crazy, crazy grenade jumps. Like, this one is fine. You can set it up pretty easily, but the one you were talking about is not racing.
Yeah, and he shows off a double jump optimization, so you don't have to stomp down to open the door. That actually saves a little bit of time, and not a lot of runners work that in. So it's really impressive to see Hydra just pushing all those. But here we go, LO. Door warp. Come on.
Hydra's solid at door warp. If he got anything other than first try, I would be surprised.
Yeah, gets it first try. That's another one-frame trick for you. Unreal, dude. Maybe Hydra's gonna need to change his screen name to Taz Hydra.
Hopefully. So, biggest part of the game right now. Hydra has to go through the entire escape. He's not allowed to take any damage. Any damage will result in him having to reload his game or kill himself, and he'll have to start the escape all over again. There's going to be a little bit of a swimming section at the end of this, and he only has the correct health to get through that very, very slightly. If he delays anything in that swim, he will die. And then even after that, we're going to have to do a grenade jump, which is the most precise grenade jump in this game. If you get it wrong, it can soft block you. This escape is just insane, and the nerves on top is just going to push it so much.
Yeah, and Hydra gets through the swimming section. One more trick separates him from the race time he's been looking for. If he gets his first try, this is going to be a sub-29. He gets his first try, a sub-29 in a tournament race from Hydra, and no soft block. Unbelievable. What a run. Not going to be a PB, but that is just so insane. Unbelievable.
That's a 58, I think. If my math serves me correctly, that is a 58, a 28-58. That is insane. That's 7 seconds off of his personal best. Only 4 people in the world have got a 28, and he pulls it off in a race.
If you don't know how insane this time is, this is literally 15 seconds off of world record, right? Yeah. That is just unbelievable from Hydra. We're going to get the time. Time at 28:57. Unbelievable. Holy. What a run from Hydra. Oh, man. He came out today, and he said, nah, man, I'm going to go for the time. And he did it, dude. He did it.
That is going to be unbeatable. He has seed 1 in this tournament bracket. That is unbeatable. I'm sorry, but I'm calling it now.
Wow. If he keeps running like this, Hydra is in clear contention to be able to win the entire tournament. We're going to be bringing him in for an interview, but over here we're seeing Snoop just continue through Misty. He had a pretty clean Misty as far as deaths go, but had a little bit of struggles with the mini boss, but was able to clinch it out and be able to progress through. He only needs one more skill tree, and we'll get an update to see how close he is to his PB, but I'm pretty sure that he is on quite a heckin' good pace right now.
Yeah, he's done really well for himself. He just had a little bit of mistakes in Misty, but other than that, it's been super good for him. So he should be happy with his pace at the moment. He is doing very, very well.
Yeah, 5 sure, LO, because 4 sure is not a high enough number to review.
Oh dear, Muffin. What are we doing? Ooh,
because Snoop's going to be opening this lever and then saving in order to get that to infinitely open after taking a death there. He's not going to be doing the crazy save anywhere semi-blind movement. He's just going to set that up right outside of the cutscene. But let's see how he does with these laser cycles, being able to get through here fast enough. Okay, that laser starting. Yeah, he recognized that he was just a tiny bit slow going through the section, and so just going to play it safe and wait for the laser to fire. I like that decision.
Yeah, it's really decisions that like that can just kind of make or break your game. You save so many seconds just waiting that extra second for the cycle that it's just a no-brainer if you think about it. But in a race situation, it's hard to actually think correctly or at all. So it's good to see that he has that peace of mind and just time to say, okay, I'll wait for this cycle, save a little bit of time. If I died, then everything's okay.
Yeah, oops, so it looks like he took a little bit of a pause there, but that's okay. He was just typing GG in the SRL chat to congratulate Hydra on the crazy good time. And this is like what I really love about the tournament. Like, Snoop knows that he's still racing, but yeah, he recognized that also his laser cycle might have been a little bit off, and he's able to get through there. But the sportsmanship and the love and the awesomeness from the community just really shines through in races like this.
Yeah, it's amazing to see everyone just kind of get together, especially all the people in the background that are actually producing this stuff. It's just such a good thing to see the community come together and produce something of such quality and everyone just chipping in the way they can. It's a really, really nice place to be.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, we have like beginners tutorials and stuff too. So if you've never speedrun this game, we have all that covered. But here we go, Snoop. Now heading towards Horu Fields. As you mentioned, this place can be pretty spooky. But we're gonna see. I think he mentioned that he was considering going for the 6 health here just to guarantee that he was able to get through the swimming section of the final escape. He doesn't normally do this for the attempts, but just for a little bit of free safety. Yeah, I mean he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, it is going pretty well. It's just that 6th health, it gives you so much coverage in that final escape. It alleviates one of the 3 impossible tricks that we have to do, so it's not surprising to see anyone take that 6th health just for a little bit more comfort. It takes, what, like 4 to 5 seconds to get the cell, so it's just a good idea.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to see Snoop's own attempts. Let's see if he can also bring down the average for door warp attempts. This is literally a 1/60th of a second trick that you have to press an input when you gain control of Ori. So, we're going to see it. Is he going to get this? Come on, man.
Let's see if he's improved. Has he been training? That's the
man.
first one, unfortunately.
Yeah, Snoop had a little bit of difficulty his first time.
Yes, we did see 21 attempts come out, so if we see a lesser number than 21, it's a good improvement. And he gets it!
He gets it! Nicely done.
What try there? That was pretty good, man.
Yeah. I think for like the randomizer tournament, I had like I always got like 7th or 9th try. So that's really, really good.
Yeah, it's a really hard trick for anyone to get. People have different methods, and if you don't get it on the first try, it kind of puts you off, and you're just like, please get the trick, and you can just go in a downward spiral from that point.
Yeah. But here we go, Snoop is going to be going to the final escape. He still can't take any damage here, so he has to be careful of the hoppings. He's not wearing any of the mitts, folks, and just going to have to wait for the lava plume. Ooh, doing a really cool backup of double jump. It would have allowed him to be able to skip half of the way to be able to bash that lantern, but not getting it first try lost him a little bit of time, but that's okay.
Yeah, although that 6 health does provide safety. For this very reason we are seeing here, so he gets a little bit more time in this water, which helped him out. He took 5 damage, so getting that 6 HP was the right it was the right action to take.
Yeah,
and here we come to the final grenade jump. Can he get it and skip the last cutscene? Oh no!
It's a soft lock, so there Ori started to veer to the left at the end of it. He accidentally hit a trigger, which causes Ori to try and walk to a certain point, or move to a certain point, and that ends up getting Ori stuck, because the grenade jump sends you too far. So it's past Snoop having to just do the entire final escape over again. But that's okay, we just get to see how awesome of a speedrunner Snoop was.
Yeah, he performed everything perfectly there. Unfortunately, the last trick is just kind of... It can be 50-50 at times, it seems like. People think they have it down, and then you could just go on a streak of runs where you'll just never be able to get the grenade jump without screwing it up somehow.
Yeah, for sure. And like Snoop was on a really good pace. That actually would have been a best race time and very close to his PB, if not a PB. But unfortunately, just getting the soft lock at the very last input of the run that has any difficulty whatsoever, right? It's just like, it's so brutal sometimes, but still a really good run coming out of Snoop. I'm sure he's gonna be pretty happy with his time overall.
Yeah, we're looking to be like a minute away from his PB if everything goes well. Oh my god, Kuro, please! No, you can't.
The fire's catching up too! And here comes Kuro! He's gonna bash up, and he's just gonna end it.
Oh, that was intense. He waited so long on that platform that Kuro was just gonna eat him alive, but GG to Snoopy. He finished that race out very, very nicely.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've just accidentally spawned Kuro and then just died instantaneously from sheer panic. But Snoop showing the metal that he's made of, he's going to be coming away with a low, or like a mid to high 36 time, because he has to watch this like 30-second cutscene that we would have skipped with the grenade jump, but really nicely done from both of our runners, especially Hydra getting 14 seconds away from Reki, right? But also from Snoop, just being able to nail all these difficult tricks, especially with nerves in play, and he's going to be pretty happy with I'm sure, with how he went in group stage.
Yeah, like when Ronnie got his 29.15 the other day, I thought, okay, that's the bar. Everyone has to get to that. And Hydra just came into this race and obliterated it with something that I don't think anyone expected to see a 28 in the tournament. That is literally ridiculous. It's mind-boggling to see someone do that well in a race format.
Yeah, like we were saying, like there have not been that many sub-30s, and Hydra just blowing it out of the water with a sub-29. This is going to be deciding a little bit of seeding coming into the bracket stage, which is going to be starting very soon, guys. But it looks like we have Hydra in here for an interview. Dude, congratulations. Like, what the heck? What a run.
That was...
Thank you. That was amazing to watch.
I'm amazed that this was so close to my PB. This is my second ever 28.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. Were there certain like mistakes that went on in the run that kind of cost you time here and there, and that like made you think you were like further behind than you actually were, or?
So, my wall jump split. I was 5 seconds behind at the first keystone, which normally never happens for me, but it was just such a mess that I just didn't really care about the run after that. But I mean, apparently I should have. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did that help you like calm down at all? Were you worried about nerves going into this if you had been on a good pace from the get-go?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it definitely calmed me down a lot. I was just going for my best race time in this run, but I was not expecting a 28 or even a 29.
Yeah, so talk a bit about this. You went for some like riskier strats and ended up not going for early C-dash. So for early C-dash, was that just like a decision because it doesn't really save time and then it's like easier to do things more consistently? Or is this just something that you are changing to your routing overall?
This is my PB attempt route type of thing. It is, in my opinion, the fastest way of doing the route. It saves like 8 seconds over early C-dash or whatever. Maybe not 8, but, you know, it's a number of seconds, which, when you're this close to world record, it really matters.
Yeah, for sure. And then so, one question for you before we introduce our other runner, Hydra. Crazy juggle. That was insane, and pulling that off. Did you sort of recognize that you were on a better pace and getting a little bit nervous, or were you just like, all right, just time to do crazy juggle?
Yeah, I had no idea what pace I was on. I was not paying attention to my timer at all.
Wow.
I need
so
to start
crazy.
covering on my splits.
Yeah.
If you can get a 28 with it, that was just really impressive, man.
Yeah, that being said, we're here with the other runner who is joining us, Task Snoop. Welcome, man.
Hello.
Yo, Snoop.
Congratulations on your run, sir. It was a very, very good run. You were pretty close to your PB there. Do you feel like there was any kind of mess-ups that you think you shouldn't have made? Because the early game was very impressive. You were basically ahead of your PB quite a lot, and then you kind of pulled back a bit, went forward. It was a bit yo-yoing. So what weren't you happy with?
Well, I mean, the changes in my PB time are pretty usual from what usually happens in my runs. Like, somehow I'm just not able to save time in Ginso and afterwards, but then afterwards immediately on charge flame I can save a lot of time again. So really I was pretty happy, besides the key dupe death, with how everything went in the early game.
Yeah, it looked super solid. And you actually got 4th try key dupe, the door warp. That was super impressive. We know you've had trouble in that in the past. Have you practiced it at all, or is it just sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't?
I guess I was just more lucky this time. I don't know. I feel like I'm in general comfortable with it, but like I guess on when racing and performing, I'm not feeling too well with it.
Yeah, I was talking to you before, as you will know, as I was talking to you, and you said you were quite nervous at the start of the race. So did that have any effect towards the start of the game, or did it kind of pass after a certain amount of time? And if so, where was that?
I actually felt like it was fine for most of the run, but like when I entered the final escape, I noticed I was still on PB pace, and so I guess that kind of threw me off in the end there.
Okay, cool. Koba, you got any questions for Tass?
Yeah, for sure. So Snoop, coming out of this, you're now finished with group stage. Are you going to take a couple days off from Ori, or are you going to practice in preparation for the bracket phase?
I think I'm actually going to practice a lot because I took a lot of days off before this race, so I really want to get back into it nicely.
Word, nice. Congratulations to both of you guys. Both of you having really awesome runs going into this. What an exciting event. Ella, thanks so much for joining me in casting and taking a peek at the schedule. It looks like the next match is going to be Kierfell versus Iced, which is going to be commentated by Clean and Sigma, and that is going to be right here on Speed Gaming, guys. So don't go away. In like 15 minutes or so, we will start that next race.